Hey everybody, Papa Wiggs here with Wiggs. We're going to talk about Thursday night football start sits. I'll jump. I'll jump into it. My three starts here. Kate Otten is my first start. I think that we're going to start seeing his role increase as the season goes along, and I definitely think against this Falcons defense that he's got an opportunity here to have a big game. So I think that Baker's going to be looking his way. Uh, I definitely think he's worth a start in today's game. I don't think he's going to go crazy, but I could see him have, 5, 6 receptions for 60 to 80 yards and possibly a touchdown. Bucky Irving is my next one. I think that he's really proven himself in this offense. I kind of got a feeling that as the season keeps going, that we might see the balance shift here between him and White. I'm not saying White's bad. I'm just saying that Bucky's been producing more. And I think that the Falcons here are really vulnerable against the run. And, he could have about 100 yards tonight. It wouldn't surprise me if White has a decent game too, but I think Bucky's going to have a bigger game out of the two, and possibly a touchdown as well. And then my last guy here is one of Wig's favorites, Darnell Mooney. I think Mooney has the potential to have a nice game here. Wouldn't surprise me if he gets 7, 8 receptions, 80 to 100 yards. um, in this game, I think London could potentially have an okay game, but I think that the Bucks are going to be focusing on him more. So I think that this is going to open it up for Mooney. Wiggs?
I'm gonna go a little hot take here right away with Kyle Pitts. I know he hasn't had the greatest few weeks. I mean, realistically, looking at both these items, they haven't had crazy weeks, but Kate Otten has at least been getting targeted the last 2 weeks. But Kyle Pitts here, I think, will actually have a decent game here. I think Cousins is going to realize here in this game he's going to have to target Pitts a lot more because I think Drake London's going to be kind of irrelevant with this Tampa defense. I think they're going to give him a lot of attention, and I don't think he's going to really be crazily involved tonight. I think he's going to be covered pretty well, and I think Cousins is going to have to rely on both Darnell Mooney and Kyle Pitts. So that's why I kind of just picked both of them because I think both these guys are going to be targeted a lot more. I actually think Darnell Mooney is really good. Like I've been saying that all year, and I just had this feeling where he's going to go for over 100 yards tonight and a touchdown. And I don't know, Drake London in my eyes will be just a little irrelevant against the Tampa defense.
All right. Well, that takes us into our sets. And so, listen, for me, I really do think that Irving's going to have a bigger game than White. Uh, I know it's going to be hard for some of you guys to sit White out there. So obviously, if you don't have any other choices, you got to play White. But if you've got a better option over White, I would suggest that you start him. I think that we need to wait and see how this balance is going to work out between him and Irving. And I just really think that Irving is going to be starting to get more opportunities. So that's why I'm a little nervous about White this week. And I'm opposite of Wiggs. As much as I'd love to say that Pitts is going to have a good game, and this could be a really good opportunity for him to have a good game because Winfield, their safety, is out for the Buccaneers tonight. I they're just not targeting him, and I don't know what it is. If Cousins is liking Mooney and McLeod better instead of Pitts. I've got to see him have at least a decent game where he's getting targeted 6 to 8 times before I can feel comfortable saying that I'd start him. And then my last sit, which may be a little bit of a surprise, is Kirk Cousins. I know that they're home tonight against the Buccaneers. This Buccaneers defense is playing really well. Uh, I just got a gut feeling that Cousins is going to struggle tonight. I mean, obviously, I think he's still gonna, he'll probably have, around 200 yards, maybe 225 passing. But I just don't think he's going to blow up the world. So if you've got a better option at quarterback, I would definitely recommend starting them over Cousins.
Yeah, I think you're a little crazy with the white one, but I guess time will tell. For me, I have Kate Otten as a bench. And here's my reason. I one think this offense is going to go up by a lot right away. I think they're going to go up by at least like 17 to 21 points here right off the rip because I really have a good feeling about both these running backs getting their run game going tonight against this Atlanta D. And then I also think they're going to be receiving the ball quite a bit as well. I think both of them will be pretty involved in that passing game. And then on top of that, you have Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. Obviously, both of those guys are going to be involved. For me, that's just kind of like one of the key factors. I think with how I predict them to do tonight, I just think Kate Otton's just kind of going to get like 2 or 3 receptions here or there in the first few drives, and I don't think they're going to be passing the ball a whole lot there in the second half because I think they're going to be up, and I think they're going to kind of rely more on their running backs here tonight because I really think they're going to tear up this Atlanta team. I know yesterday I said it was going to be like a 10-point win in the favor of the Bucks. I wouldn't doubt it if they win this by like 17 or 20 points here. I just thinking about it last night and going into this morning, I really have a gut feeling that the Buccaneers are going to smoke the Falcons tonight, and I think the Falcons are going to rely heavily on their passing game, which I think will also benefit Pitts a little bit, and Mooney in that regard. But yeah, I just have this feeling that Kate Otton's not going to do a whole lot, and that their running backs are going to be doing a bulk of the work with Mike Evans and Godwin tonight.
Well, that's a great take, but I totally disagree with that. I think this is a divisional game. It's going to be a lot closer than we think. I don't think the Buccaneers are going to, I think the Buccaneers are going to win, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout. And like I mentioned, in the starts, I know I got White here. White has the potential to have a really good game in this game. I just got a feeling that we're gonna see Irving bust out more. He's been breaking out more. He's been having more yards per carry. He's just showing more. So I think that if he comes out and he starts off really hot, like I think he's gonna be, I think that Rashad White's gonna find himself not being used as much in tonight's game because they're gonna go with the hot hand. So, but that doesn't mean I'm not saying that he's not going to have a good game, Wiggs. I'm saying that I just feel that Irving's got more potential in this game than he does. So, and that's what's great about this. We can agree to disagree, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I really don't. I think that as good as Tampa Bay is, I think it's a division game. And you can never count Kirk Cousins out of any game. There was a lot of games that people thought that Cousins wasn't going to do well when he was a Minnesota Viking, and he turned around and he pulled out wins. So I think as long as they got a healthy Kirk Cousins out there, there's always the opportunity for this Falcons team to pull out a win. And I don't see a blowout here. So that's just my opinion. And but that's what makes it great, Legs.
Yeah, Rashad White is not someone you bench yet. You're a little faded.
I'm not saying, but I'm saying if you have a better option, okay. People have multiple running backs on their team. If you feel like you have a better matchup, I'm saying right now Rashad White is not actually an RB1 anymore. He's an RB low end RB2, and if you've got a better option, you start that other option because he's splitting reps right now. It's no different than some of these other backs like Spears and Pollard and stuff like that. Where you got to look at the matchups and see what you got on your bench. That's all I'm saying. But with that, you got anything to add, Wiggs? Besides, you think your old man is crazy. That's all right. We'll see. Time will tell, man. And when we do the recap, I'll accept your apology. Anyways, check us out on Fantasy Fools PPR on YouTube. We're also out on Snapchat, X, TikTok, Instagram. Like, share, subscribe. If you got any lineup questions, feel free to reach out, or any feedback. We're always open to feedback as well, and we hope you're finding this as another beneficial option as you're looking at what to do with your fantasy lineups each week. And until next time, we'll see you soon.